While mission is what we are called to do, vision is what we want to see. What effective mission by the grace of God ultimately produces. What is ultimately our dream? And so the vision of All People's Church is to be a church of all peoples, where every member enjoys a vibrant relationship with Jesus, intimately belongs to the family, and joins in the mission of making disciples of all peoples in everyday life, resulting in new disciples, new churches, and the good of the cities here and beyond. Now, that is a lot to say, but every part is purposeful and meaningful. Let me unpack it point by point. First part, we want to be a church, and we are a church of all peoples. We don't want to be all peoples that are just ethnicities or races, but all peoples, meaning different generations, different economic backgrounds. A church that does not make sense apart from Jesus being who he says he is. A church that when people walk by or get to know our community will say, why are those people together? They don't make sense together. Why are they hanging out? They're so different. We believe that Jesus tears down the walls that we have self-inflicted and put between us. And we want to be a community of all peoples. And just kind of foreshadowing the great day when Jesus returns and he brings all people to this great mountain, and we have this feast together of people from every tribe, tongue, and nation, and we long to give a foretaste, a foreshadow of what heaven is going to be like. So first of all, we're a church of all peoples, but we also want to be a church where every member does these three things, enjoys these three things, and these three things are utmost important. They all work together. Every member enjoys a vibrant relationship with Jesus. First and foremost, we are lovers before we're anything else. And we first and foremost want to be enjoying God and enjoy this love relationship that he has made possible by his own blood. But second, we also want to do it together in community. We want to each intimately belong to this family that Christ has purchased and bought for us. He's created a new people. We're not just saved only to Christ, we're saved to a new people. And so we enjoy one another and enjoy this intimate family God has given us. And third, we want every member to join in the mission of making disciples of all peoples in everyday life. Now that's another mouthful, but what we mean by that is that every member, not just the evangelist, not just the outgoing extrovert who talk too much, but every single member of our church plays their unique God-given roles into making disciples. And we believe that it's best done in the context of everyday life. And we don't want to just do it with just people who are just like us, but people of all peoples, hence the name of our church, all kinds of peoples. And we believe that when you look at Jesus' ministry, he does discipleship primarily in the everyday rhythms of life, in the eating and the drinking and the walking, and as they rise, as they talk, and teacher, why do you do this? And why do these people say this? And hey, we tried this and we failed, and doing and serving and laughing and dying and all kinds of things in life. That's where discipleship is done. That's where Jesus' lordship and his beauty and the power of the gospel is shown in all the little minute details of that make up this thing called life. And not just on a Sunday service, which are extremely important to us too. And so we believe that if every member is enjoying Jesus and intimately belonging to the family and joining in the mission, those three things catalyzing together, working together, will result in new disciples, new churches, and the good of the cities here and beyond. And so that's our long-term vision. We want to see every member enjoying Jesus, every member enjoying each other in this intimate family, and then every member joining in their unique God-given role, which we believe if that happens, by the grace of God, will result in revival. We're going to see more people, more baptisms, new disciples, new followers of Jesus, of people from every tribe, tongue, nation, people who are very far from God that no one would assume or think that could ever come to Jesus, who would ever become a Christian. And we believe that one of the ways to do that is we're going to have to plant many churches. We don't want to be a really big church. We want to plant many churches. And then we really believe that if we have all these churches throughout the Twin Cities and beyond, as we send out missionaries to go to the unreached people groups, that we're going to be a kind of people that follow Jesus in everyday life in such a way that brings salt and light to our neighbors and to our co-workers and everywhere we go, in such a way that if we were to disappear, that the neighborhood would freak out, that our co-workers, where did they go? You know, I don't believe in Jesus, but I want the light they have. They're so good for us. So we want to leave the cities better than when we found it. We want to leave, and if we ever had to leave, we would leave, and there would be such a sense of where'd they go, and people would freak out because we're such a benefit. And so we believe that is not the mission, but that's the result of us being faithful to the mission. We truly believe that this vision will not stay a dream, but become an increasing reality as we commit to grounding ourselves in the identity that Christ has given us as a beloved family of missionary servants. And as we commit to following Jesus in everyday life while helping others do the same, especially those who are far from God, through our structure of our 3 Gs, which is gather, grow, go. Gathering, our Sunday gatherings, growing our DNA groups, and going our missional communities. And so I just want to warmly invite you to join us in this mission to make this vision a reality for the glory of God and the good of all peoples.